So just make yourself feel comfortable and relax your body. And as well as we are able to rest or relax physically, then at the same time, so if we are also able to rest our mind, or has the familiar ourselves in the training or in the process of resting our mind, then that will be wonderful. So it's also in fact the mental peace and mental happiness. So it's really the most important things, because even if we're able to rest our body, but if our not our mind, and then we we cannot instead of how if our mind is not resting and the mind is very preoccupied with the various thoughts and being very restless, and then despite these very outer peaceful environment or the outer resting of one's the body, so there is not much really not much purpose. That kind of physical rest is, there's not much meaning or purpose for oneself. So as far as the importance of finding peace and happiness within our mind goes, so it is something that I personally consider that is the most important things, and so really on the base of this my own experience, and so that's why I have always been focusing my talk to the people on this, cultivating this the peace and happiness within one's mind or on the mental level, and trying to show the ways and means to bring about this peace and happiness within one's mind.
Rungi lidya, rungi shadi, lidya la pe, sedya la pe, kojero, shadi yapurendiwa. Ta shadi gane lidya la ma pe, tene sedya la ma pe na achunre tere, tene Lidiala pages, said diala, and page passes, Lidiala, never, said dial, never, in it, I shouted, then so some toga and a town. The one in life, in a cage over that. So shouting, so la money was a cage and was shut up then. Don't others are talking. That's a long to me, that's a good.
So as a a person's with possessing the mind and the body, and then if we consider the really the purpose of this our existence and our whole life, really if we think about that, the purpose of or the meaning of our life, then it really comes down to the finding the mental or the physical happiness. So there is as far as that goes, so it is very probably it is also very clear to oneself. So therefore we have to think as overall. So in our life, in our whole life, the whatever the activity one undertake, and so we we have the responsibilities. We have to ensure that activity is bring about this purpose of our life in terms of achieving mental and physical happiness. So therefore we have to when we think about our life and also the various activities, various tasks or the work that we do, and so we have to if we have a look, if we examine, as we examine, then we have to say that there are a lot of activities which probably really doesn't benefit to us in terms of the achieving the purpose in terms of mental or physical happiness. So if that doesn't benefit, maybe we can say it's not too bad. But however, as we look at, but there are a lot of activities which, on the contrary, it actually harm our life. Harms our the physical and the mental well-beings. So therefore, that is something that we important for one to realize, that it's something that you do not want. Nobody wants that, and so therefore, when you consider all these, what your purpose and what you want to seeking in your life, and then they also consider whether it is the purpose that one is seeking, is that something achievable for oneself or not, and then we can see it is achievable, and as well as we can see that it is also depends on each of the individuals to do the right, create the right cause in order to achieve the purpose of their life. No.
Sono terzo di roba. Niente tabella there. Mando so senga shidesi. Senga dia so chozu je bazi tendere shini. Nida. Le je. Seseni shidengol dega. Mando trono shibuchi yongde. Lo khoro tagaron ne dengarisi. Ngene lo khoro tagaron tanye mo ne dengenachi. ngene da moji da setsubo mo sama shenron geji de 당에 대세가 세계 시대 조조 노 롱이 살아라는 게 되라고 가르세나 롱이 setsu보신 소소 세 대한 마시근 소소가 되는 세 좀버지가 롱이 시대 다 세계 대한 소소인데 야 시근데 나 대세가 대내년 제비 싫어하대 저러 야부시잖아 근데 야부배 야와 들지 야 다선 대돈으로 돼야 돼.
Because if we, as a human being, so if we look, within us, then we all have this this very unique kind of the intelligent power, and so it is therefore it's the very important that one the tap into that the intelligence, the power of human intelligence, which has the ability or capability to discern what is right and wrong, and what's something beneficial and harmful. So therefore from this perspective, by utilizing this our human intelligent power, and then if we consider what is the our whole life activities, what is the best thing we can make this life most meaningful, then of course the most at the most we can make this life most meaningful is to contribute some sort of a benefit to the society, to the other beings. And then however, even if you are not able to do that, contribute such benefit to other beings, so at least then we have to think of the to whatever action we do, it is something which is benefit our own life, and particularly in terms of the finding more peace and happiness and satisfactions within oneself or on the mental levels. So, as we're saying, that how we always we talk about this, the peace and happiness on the mental level. This is something which each individual experience from within within themselves, and so therefore how as we think about that, how about the benefit or about the significance of that is that how when we lack that, something this peace, happiness, some sort of stability within ourselves, then how all the other whatever good condition we find ourselves in externally, how these are all not much of meaning to oneself. So whereas, however, when you have that, and then at the same time, then you also surround yourself with a good, like outer condition, like such as good health and a very the time for like a good physical, time, relaxed, like a resting time, then there is really, when you, at the same time, as we're saying, if you, within yourself, when you have that on the mental level, this peace and happiness, then there's a really, the sense of, like really a total sense of, the peace and happiness, something that one can achieve that. So therefore, now as to when we talk about this, the peace and happiness on mental level or within oneself, so when we think about how we produce that, how we experience that, then it is something to very much related to or dependent upon one's own like a state of one's mind, like the mental like a mood, mental attitudes. So it's very much depend on that. So this is to say that how when you are on the mental attitude or your state of mind is very calm and is something very gentle and peaceful, then naturally you there's no negative state of mind, a very wild and very rough state of mind, mental attitude. Then naturally, then there is that person then experience this some peace and stability within themselves. So therefore, due to to understanding, having recognized this, the important significance of this peace and happiness within oneself, then also to want to understand that the in order to bring that to achieve that, then one have to overcome all the roughness of the one's on the states of mind and rather cultivate something very gentle and peaceful and very positive state of mind.
Nga koro ngai pa sesa dela, koro ji dinge dela, li chindu, se chindu, nga chindu. Nga koro tesa du ta nyon rogu diwa. Le do nga yi, se se gnu, se zo re shen diwa. Son te to gu. Isa, se zo yi ta, se ma rin jin, nga zumi ngon rogu diwa. Shelo legi shelo zumi gon roa nga tongo ya da te son to do se zo le sha ye za se zo ye za ne da nga do so se le nga do zo da shi te so na ten de te nga do she de ji ten de yong wo sa se le ko se zo bo ko ro le zo da ma de ya ja na tin no ba ka de se de wo ma yo ta che re kama chini yo sigurede ngene trone de atembo se moyo mazda taje ngene resendu ra se tsombo se mario se tsombo ko ta son te to no ne yapon de wa son te to tene da se tsombo de banda she bala tene jeje na kar go ga se ne ta se tsombo king on mando ba chi go kola oncha ma sho ba chi 다 콜 온자 마셔 가지 그 오고네 제 태발라다 되는 가르가고야 되는 다 알아 올라다 게임에 봐 맞게 비든 잼바샤 되니 올라다 레년 제베 되니 시제 사타 되니 다 거야 저는 되니지 래 와래 되다
So in order to recognize the importance of the well-being of one's own state of mind, over the importance of the one's own all the physical body and the rest. So in order to recognize this, so you can we can think of the our existence as when we say I or the self as something which is constitute of like the body and like which we call it my body, and as well as we also call like speech, my speech, and then there is also we have constitute of mind, which we call it my mind. So there's my body, my mind, and my speech. So when we say this phrase, so my is all this body, sorry, the mind, body, and speech. So all this like these three are like as if they are like the the part of oneself. So you are the self, and so therefore, if you therefore when we are talking here about the importance, whether to oneself, whether if you consider the importance in terms of one's in terms of the one's mind and one's body and the speech, then what is of these? What's the most important thing is one's own the mind, which is the primary cause for the determining factor for one's well-being. So in fact, how we can also see the recognize that how if the mind is subdued or is completely change into something very peaceful, something very calm, then naturally as a influence, as a result of that, then naturally our body, the actions of the deeds that we express through our body or even our speech, so all will reflect the same like a peace and calmness of the mind. So however how we can see that when our mind is not calm and it is rather very coarse and very rough, and then this would be the same roughness and the negativities will be also be reflected in our outer action, whether that be bodily or the verbal, will be expressed there. So therefore we can also see how in terms of even one's own as a person, as one's own mental peace and happiness. So that is also primarily depend on the peace and the happiness of one's on the mental level, and so therefore how we have to understand that how on the mental level, if there is a very a roughness there, if one is very there's an influence of a strong like a negative states of mind, for example, if that is there, then no matter what we're trying to surround ourselves in our life, then it's very hard to find the peace and happiness. And even if we find something, it could be only very short lasting, maybe a minute or two. But so therefore, in a long run, so to find a lasting peace and happiness, so it's really much rest upon our the well-being or the degree of this peace and stability that we have found within our mind. So therefore what one have to do in order to achieve this peace and happiness on the mental level. So what one have to do is one have to achieve the calmness of the mind, and that is to overcoming the influence of the like a negative states of mind or negative thoughts or the negative emotion which or a disturbing thought over one's mind, and rather instead of one's mind being under the dominance of such any negative thoughts or negative negativities, so we want to bring the mind under one's own control, and not losing the mind towards the force of the negative states of mind. So therefore now the next question is how we can do that, how we can achieve how to bring the mind under our own control. And then this is where have to talk about the meditation practice. So, and then how have to learn about what what sort of tools that we can use to train our mind so that the mind can rest in the given objects rather than being overpowered by any disturbing thoughts. So the two main tools are the mindfulness, so which is to really to remembering the given objects for the mind to focus on, and then and then the other tool, very important tool, is also the awareness or alertness. So which is a part of our mind which has the function of discerning, of like the discriminating the right and the wrong, and so with that alertness and the mindfulness, then we'll be able to it's possible for able to achieve the or gain the control over the mind. So if you look at the various the actions or the deeds that we perform, and then we will notice that all these deeds are presided or predetermined by the thought. So therefore, in another word, there will be, before we in engaging any actions or any deeds, so we would have some sort of there should be some sort of thought process which goes in our mind, and then so this it's important to recognize that.
No sono tongega says what you sono to linga shad zabo yabush yungda take a leg was joy ganere tung adan tungoya ta review adan devon to my nega devon tungunwa say maria chi gani take shad in you sha maria tell magay lesa that there Tenisi sono dona le said another quad there the young sella to say take quad on the laying with it. That today then says zombie sono toga so shall chubade so ngene majebate te that James Juren. Say Maria Jig son tojo co, say Maria call son to a toji shana majebate, gajet them at she lay. Tennis other Nima resident other cheese, Gany Nelson Logic Jedo, Poji Chigatin, Lenny, that Lenda noise and a mother. So about talk Jedo, so the Nelson leg Tata, young dua. That tradition other yes on Dona, that tradition other must have come up on much the Abushi, you are. Correct. Danya Dag gay, you know, saying, so get it. So Mumboche. That's on the news and don't know how go to us. Say Maria, I thought you may ask to Sha Maria Carton. Says Mumboche leg, take a shot the upway out in you told you. That thing on the kitchen was what it is. Take Kaze Sha Zombie says on the Sha Zumba Kazen and other little said then using Yachi Tenderation. That's sono te on a apple, Yama Regeleta, News a letter at the rich santo, to Mongo sell a son santo. ra se sombe kan se somba yala me be shomba de ni je ngan do ji ji ge ge yala phe to kan de ya bo jing de so so pha be se jawa mala phe to ya de ni yo da 다 shombe ma to shi sa na ma shombe do sho de mal khun ro che sa ne sa sha ji ge ge kan de jing de 다 son te to na de ge yan chen ne ya bu she ra ya de 큰 저기 지 그냥 가서 샤는 거는 빼야 보야래. 가서 뭐서 내가 봐도 내가 책을 다 손은 들려 도나 저러서 야본 내가 손 들려 손을 다 들리는데 손을 야보도는 들리 고마 버리더니 제거 아래. 샤드 세서 뭐지 샤가 되게 된 얘기를 롤라 패통 거 제라 패통 소도 뭐시 봐지. 뭐시 봐는 다 제가 라를 까고야. 제 말을 아직 기 그랬더니 마기 샤바 리기 샤바 대톤에 다 젤세트 마류 아셔로 센트 사 젤시바 마시 바샤다 루니 마시 바체사네 니는다 능 마시가 젤 네바데 롤 네바 마시가 니타바 라기 대 인메 대시가래 제가 내가 제 롤은 내가 뭐시는 먼저 제가 내가 시고 말아 롤 내가 내가 매자 제가 패턴은 롤 패턴은 전에 서서 패턴은 내가 해야 돼 먼저 제가 와 이게 따발라 내내 이다 돼 대신 내내 내가 하버지래 녀래게 녀래 체지 제보 시버지래 산도 내내 하죠이다 나 손은 든지 도나 야본데와 뭐세 너를 든지 잡아지 손 든지 야버지야 지 르지세요. 진짜로 거. 이다 다선 대토돼야.
So in fact the Buddhist the idea or the concept of the law of karma, so it's got is very much related to the how the everything is dependent, is the depends on our state of mind, and so we understand how we were just talking that how there have to be every actions that we create, so have to be presided by a certain thoughts. So in another words, so without thought, so there won't be any actions. So therefore, this idea that the karma as a source of our what we experience, whether the suffering or the happiness, so that the idea we can understand. Best understand from the understanding in terms of the relating the souls to our own state of mind. So which can show how even in the whatever the action that we create through our body or through the verbally, if we saying any word that we say, so whether that is something very positive or negative or something very wholesome or not, so it's dependent upon the preceding thoughts or the which motivate that actions. So therefore, from this perspective, so this the source of all our actions, so it goes to our mind, our own state of mind, and so therefore from this point of view, so there's also this Lord Buddha saying that that you are your own protectors. So that also means that that it is all, everything is on if you understand that you are your mind as a source of everything, so therefore you can understand that it is up to you can be your own. So therefore, you can be your own masters, your own guide, and so therefore, if we see how given this fact that our mind is a source, and everything, all our actions actually derived from our mind, and so therefore, if we look into if we understand the mind, then there's a lot of it provides a lot of great opportunity for one to avoid any actions which will bring which will result in in harm towards oneself or towards others, and whereas at the same time through that we can also through understanding mind, and then through cultivating a positive state of mind, such as like the loving kindness and the compassion for other beings, and then how, having cultivated that actions, then so that thought, then in the way that such attitude can influence us is that then whatever action we do towards others, then they can be also something beneficial to others and to ourselves. So therefore it's good when we talk about this law of karma, like a cause and effect. So it's really we're talking about the relationship between our own mind or the thought which drive us to do various actions, and that action itself. So therefore, if the thought is something negative, then the action will be also become negative, and how we define that action negative is that in terms of its outcome, it comes with its result, which is something very harmful to ourselves or to others. So therefore there is we can, if we observe our own actions or action, we can understand that how there are certain actions which are very negative, which are very destructive, harmful, and even in this you forget about the long-term harm or that this such action can bring to one, but even on a immediate time frame we can see the destructiveness or the harmfulness of that actions in terms of destroying one's own peace, happiness, and the peace and happiness of other beings, and so therefore, on the other hand, if there are certain actions which when it is we create out of such a positive mental attitude, such as loving kindness and compassion, then this will have the impact of really the benefiting others, the helping, extending help and benefit to others, and then here when we talk about it's also important to understand that the action which benefit others. So it's also at the same time it's also something we have to recognize that as a benefit for oneself as well. Just as if we create certain actions which destroy the joy and the happiness of other being, and that is also potentially that very same action is also destroying one's own joy and happiness. So this is therefore also important to understand to recognize the impact of one's such actions, any actions which harm others. So it's also harming oneself. Destroys the others' peace and joy. So that's also destroying one's own peace and joy. And so therefore, in a way, to just to reflect upon all these thought, these things between one's thought and one's actions and its outcome, and then this gives some sort of idea, very concrete idea, and which will give some sort of direction for oneself in one's life in terms of what to do, what to practice, and in terms of what to avoid, things that one should avoid. So, which will, if we think about all these our mind and our actions and its outcome, and then so in this way it gives you some direction and a very clear indication of, even if you talk of on a everyday basis, what on how one going to spend the day, this gives you some idea what to make the day very positive, something meaningful. Then it gives you some idea. So that is to watch, be alert or vigilant of one's thought, and then trying to as much as possible to maintain a positive thought, and or trying to even possible to minimize such negative thought, and so which means we are also minimizing the like negative actions, or maximizing the positive actions. So on a everyday basis, so if one work on these kind of the ideas to and one's move, then as a whole life, then one can say make the life very meaningful.
That's something that something to study Janice ceremony. They have been the Taba Sevia in the Yasha Lisha and Denanda, Mama and Denanda, the most hell attaching. Say your parents, ye that in anything. Thing under Jet Mana Lotte Chamber Sevia. Mama and Denanda, Lisha and Denanda, the most hell attaching. Sela Tani said the Chado, on Chado, the new on the Royal, Reshi Mama, Mama, Lima said, Reshi, then said the Trumbo, Alem and Lodes, then in the lawyer, I put and your son to the. The ring on the jet, Kale, on the upper end over. Mother, Cherry, Marochi. Sono tetto te yapon de da son tetto gare da son tetto yapon de wa de de ba che de sha ngi ta ba sha ga de sha la man ju ko de sha ju ga de 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 nan se ga yu wen de 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 ba da che ja shi la xian de ya bu ya de de so so shi la da che xie la da che xie le ba me le so so shi la da che xie long ga de xian de ne bu ko ba bo ge ya ro 하죠 개좀 뭐 지내시니와 땡데레서 기타를 서서 시라 배제 전에 레바도 녀바 시라 이제 맞제 레베쇼도 맞제 맞제 녀베쇼 봐 맞동하지 되네 고마 보이다 레라버 시가래 내 야부 시버징에네 전에다 다 손 전에 손에 야부도 다 예 당연히 거대 자놈을 당연히
So from this our discussion, so we can understand how important to always to observe, observes one's own thoughts and one's own actions, and so in aligned in relation with this, even the great master like Shantideva also said that it is the prior to or before one, the physically one make any move or the verbally saying any word, one should check or one should observe one's thought, and so again this also this passage line is also saying that as you observe the thought, and then if in the thought, if you identified any negativities, then it is saying that then it is as Shantideva said, then is better for the time being than just if you like such as thought, like if you in the thought has the influence of such like a negative state of mind, like like jealousies or like anger, and if you see such influence, then it is advised then one should maintain a silence, rather one should not then say a word for the time being, and then however only one then as the one remains silent, and only when the minds become little calm and stabilized, then one can engage in the actions. So in this way, so it is important to like I also always say that you should always before undertaking or engaging into any venture or any activities, so to give a lot of the thoughts on the consider all the activities in one's thought, like a thought process, and whether it is something to what sort of like gain and the loss of doing that actions, and so if you utilize, so in fact what we do is when we say you have to give before undertaking the actions, so we when we say we should give a bit of thought on that, so that means that is also like you are giving yourself some sort of the options, choices, because you have a choice, when before you take the certain decision, certain next step. So if you utilize your own intelligent wisdoms to trying to analyze whether if you undertake that activity, whether it has any what are the advantages, disadvantages, and so forth, then you are making the use of your the intelligence, and then whatever action you do, it is all very well thought, and so there's a there's a less the chance for one to to be that action to be something very result in a regret for oneself in later on.
Is that sell a shedden you are la tongue, that is said or lying bar. Is that sell another zone year when sell Mario Coma shot shetona, then another sell a shedden you are. No, that you yellow trottles, yellow necessary, yellow necessary, yellow kundosel, yellow kunzsel. Majasa. The ma sha shetona yell dying. Yell dying, same jubaying. Nitoing. Wobanya. Say she dying. Say she's dying, Charlie Jan, Yomboing. Charlie Jan, Yombo here, said reality petting. Do by Jing, the legend, then they are said that. On the son donor, that's on the net, on taking my shash, I don't know, is that I go Jada, never finish laying or read it, that's neat dead, never master on a happen the yard.
So we will do the usual meditations for a short time, and so but just to consider the benefit of meditation, practice, in terms of benefit in the meditation practice, of course, is the primary purpose. So is to calming, one's mind down, and through that to removing all the negative states of mind, and so when we by negative states of mind, so we're talking about such as like some very harmful thoughts, or the pride and jealousies, and wanting to compete with others. So all these are very the restless and a very disturbing mental attitudes. Something state of mind which kind of disturbs the one's the peace and within one's, and the stability within oneself, and then to understand that how the benefit is that how when you achieve that calmness and the peace and happiness within one's mind, and then this as a result of that, this will kind of enhance more the courage, more positive thoughts, and more instill more like a hopes, more strength, inner strength, and the energies within, like a self-confidence, and for instance, so within oneself, and at the same time, of course, and to bring the very peaceful and a very relaxed state of mind, and this, when we have that mind, when we bring about such a the very peaceful state of mind, and then that also has the impact on our our health, in terms of bringing resulting in more kind of balance in our like a physical systems, in terms of the blood, like a circulation, or the wind circulation in our body, being very more balanced, become more even, and so, which in turn then, which kind of improves one's health, and longevities, brings more longevities, and even can also improve one's physical complexions, and so forth. So there's the benefit of bringing or developing this the calm and the joyful state of mind is go beyond that, even the mental peace and happiness, but even it has a benefit to our physical health as well.
Never think on it, so you touch the Kuwa, in Jungola, say, Jetta Sonomata, the Kamachin, then I Rodua. That you Kogan. Tanas Sabaya, Tambo, there are Hajo Daniel, watching you well, Tambo, that Daniel Koro Mala Betone. Tambo Mother Goja got 2 months, 2 yet 2 going it, and Trunkan more than Jatini, how can you check it? The never correct in the secretary, they young do that they are compared to Kale, ya compared to Androgen. I think it's an Kandalata, Kamakashi, then regular the other.
So when we begin the meditation practice, so we should always trying to remove all the distracting thoughts, which are thoughts which are under the influence, which are influenced by such mental defilements, and so therefore which thought which which cause one's mind to wander off to all directions, to all over the places and the various objects, and so therefore we should trying to get rid of or the close all these states of these distracting thoughts, and in a way we can use even, like say we trying to forget about all these outgoing or distracting thoughts. And when we forget all the distracting thoughts, the wandering thoughts, then we will find that mind settle within ourselves, and peacefully, and also very we can see the experience, the peace, as well as some sort of clarity or the vividness of the nature of the mind, and then at that moment, then we direct, as we are doing this breathing meditation. So we simply direct the mind to the incoming and outgoing breath, and as trying to and keep the mind in that with the focus on the breath. And so it is said that when we are manage to do that, manage to retain our full focus on the breath, that even if the focus is only for a very short time, like even a minute, and the person can really experience some sense of like a deep sense of peace and joy, and especially if someone who have never done that much, such the same practice before much, it becomes so obvious and become very apparent, the peace and the joy that arise from the settling of the mind completely within oneself. And then it is said that for the beginners, so if you as it is difficult to retain the focus of the mind for a long period of time, so therefore it is recommended then to break these meditation session into many like a short sessions. So rather than trying to pushing oneself to do extend the period, so instead of that, no. So make into very many short session, and then as you do this, and then gradually, then one trying to increase the durations of the very good quality meditation practice. So we start the meditation now. Okay. Thank you all, and also for your paying good attention to the teachings. So being this as the last talk, so I just want to say that to thank you all, and also for this throughout the years. So many of you have been come here and we too for the teaching, and so we run this program as a way to, as a friend to one friend helping to other friend. So in that manner, so hope whatever the effort that you make in coming here, I would like to thank, and hope there is some benefit for everyone.
양아로 소바 좀은 저러 시기야래 이게도 강하다는 변도 시장 알아 대치 나가 알아 변도 늘지 저러서 가져봐시야 뭐 양아로 이거 마거리지 따버리지 손으로 대서 내가 저거야 그러다 야 서서 자녀를 자녀가 뭐 가져봐셔야 돼 자든 나서 맞더니 제 시험에 이제 집에 고별 파지양이야 다 손도용 알람 편도 쉬워 주요하래 일단 저러서 주사 당한다 펜스 되게 되는 게 저러서 뒤지실 라이즈 되래 내가 아선 대도시다야
So it's really we have been here together on a base of our mutual friendship and the mutual benefit to all of us. So I hope that that many of you have gained some benefit from this, and of course I have received some note of appreciation from some of you, and but of course I could say on my part that it is my intention is not to show off how much I know and to be but rather the intention is to even I always before coming here to give a talk I always before coming here I always give a thought on the topics and trying to ensure that my intentions or the motivation is completely to help and to benefit the friends and to benefit others. And so with this kind of motivation, with this spirit, so I could also say that involving in this, this giving you teaching that has also have personally also have benefit me in a great deal, and so therefore with that spirit that it has also benefited me. So I'm also thanking you all for that, and also we also can learn that how for our period of time we come here to develop this mutual friendship and doing something together in a spirit of friendship, and we can understand that how cultivating such spirit can have a benefit, the way we can help and benefit each others, and that is really something wonderful. And even if we can take that even in our life too, that if we develop a good friendship, good with others, and there is the benefit goes to the both ways also.
Thank you very much, very kindness, benefit me, really. That is some that teachers have Nash. 나도 게래 로직다 디시 제주나 그중에 내가 샤도 요래 나는 노년가 로다 손이 다 손이로 손이 내 노년가 저건 로래 저러서 다 크리스마스 때 야보이마 다 되제 메리 크리스마스 하피 뉴 이어 I have everybody 메리 크리스마스 하피 뉴 이어 I go there are go India.
Living for India.
No Christmas, no here, no here, no here. That's it. Yeah.
So that's the Christmas. So it's a most important, festive event in here. But unfortunately, Kechla said he will be leaving for India a day after tomorrow. But take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's.
Christmas is very special, very, very special. Really, all, the most old, very, very special. God kindness, very God kindness you remember. Everybody remember. Is that God very kind. They have lots of food, lots of drink. They have all day.
So
All table have.
thanks to the God, so you have that.
Really, that thing is there. You know, I say, you have lots of drink there, lots of food there. You're very careful. You know, body sickness, eye sickness, I not happy. Mind is not happy, I not happy. I say, body happy, I said, I happy. Said, happy. Mind and unhappy, says, not happy. Mind happy, I happy. I happy, not happy, all true. Body, mind. You care about lots of drink, maybe you won't look at it. You know, body health. Very, very careful. You know, some people, lots of people drink cut. Be careful, man. You remember, yeah, really, they're very careful. You know, body too much drink, too much eat, body sick. Some people say, very 5 days, 6 days, just. Really, that's in the mirror, really, yeah. That's it. Now you go in that. I say, need. Mind happy. I said, mind happy. Now you go there. You other people jealous. No, you're not happy. You're fresh. You're not happy. You know, think kind of competitive. You're not happy. That thing. Some people see good. See, that's good. You think you're happy. There's some people good. You see the jealous here, not happy here. I said, they're very, very careful. Then I said, that teaching, you use that one. I use that one. Yeah, really, I said, then very happy you go. Other people, doesn't matter, you just go. No anger, no indecision, and no pride, and no jealous. You just comfortable go, everybody see, mind peaceful, happy mind, with go. Happy mind, come back. Yeah. Christmas party, I say, Christmas party, going, happy, and going. Come back, not happy, come. I say, no, do that, happy go, happy come. Better, really, that thing, good, Lord, happy go, happy come. Some people go, yeah, some people say, Christmas good, no, not really good, listen, lots of that, I have lots of brothers, their wife, and jealous, and not really good. Yeah, you just, I say, no, you happy go, happy come. Okay,
thank you.
Yeah, Lojamala Tagaro, then under the fence, Chiruchi, and down on the Chi, then Melojang.
And then we should also hope and pray that we will continue this teaching in the next year, and in the same spirit of goodwill, of mutual friendships.